what do you think, Liverpool? Last year they did so well, getting up there, being part of that. Suddenly this year, this like a meltdown. But when they play Manchester United, you see a different Liverpool. What are you expecting today?
I'm expecting an exciting game. I'm expecting top of the table clash in quotes, because if United is on 20th position, Liverpool's on 19th position.
Yeah.
You are going to expect that same old rivalry we've seen in the early 90s and even in the late 90s. These are the fixture, the result from yesterday. Burnley won, Southampton, Chelsea needed a goal from Eden Hazard. Of course, he started the whole build-up, and Diego Costa to beat 10-man Hull City. 2-0, Crystal Palace won, Stoke City won. Leicester lost losing 0-1 to Manchester City, goal scored by Frank Lampard, and they lost Edin Dzeko and Vincent Kompany in that game. I don't know whether those guys have removed that. 1-1 ended in the game between Sunderland and West Ham United. West Brom, that was the Ide's first major appearance. They beat Aston Villa 1-0. Arsenal, 2 goals each from Giroud and Cazorla, of course, they did Newcastle 4-1. Today we have the game between Manchester United and Liverpool. We just talked about that, and Swansea against Tottenham Hotspur. That's the other game of the day. For United against Liverpool, I remember in 1999 they wanted to create a Super League. These 2 teams were mentioned among the team to be selected from England, exclusive class.
Okay, all right. Let's take our caller. Hello. Good afternoon.
Well,
yeah. Go on. Let's have your contribution.
Hello,
What is happening? You are off. Okay, please do call back. Please do call back. I hope that call is native. Probably before you transfer, before they come to the studio, get their details so that we can already go back. Okay, no, that is
the log. City on top with 39.3. 3 ahead of Manchester City. We have Manchester United. They still have an outstanding game. West Ham punching above their weight. Nobody expected West Ham to be at this point. The bottom 4, we have Burnley, Queen's Park Rangers, Hull City, Leicester City,
and 3 of the teams that were
promoted. But well, it's still. But I don't fancy Leicester City's position.
But after that victory over Manchester United,
and even the draw against Arsenal, that way they came back from.
Yes.
5-3 against Manchester United.
But Queen's Park Rangers, they just have to keep improving by the game, because we saw the last time they got relegated, they were on the bottom from the very first up to even December, with a squad of former players who have won the leagues and Champions League at one point or the other. They couldn't survive the season. So, but we're seeing the table so far, and December is going to be very tight, especially in the holidays.
The holiday rush. Yes. But they're going to play on the 26th, on the 28th, you know. So I mean that is where you have to have the squad. That's where the squad matters.
And again, there's going to be a lot of exodus of players, especially those going for the Nations Cup in January. For some of the players, for some of the teams who have their players going to the Nation, Newcastle. I know City will not be happy living their way, because it's an enigma in the midfield, but they just have to bear with it. They just have to live with that.
And they're having a lot of injury.
Exactly.
I don't know to stay with City. From that equalizer from Frank Lampard, and then yesterday's a strike by the same Frank Lampard. Do you see Frank Lampard being the one by scramble, kind of stop Chelsea from winning the league?
It's really difficult to say a particular player.
His contribution.
Yes, his contribution is key. It's after that goal yesterday, he began to trend on Twitter. Frank Lampard, the ageless Frankie, is equal the record of a Thierry Henry
from midfield.
From midfield,
yes.
That's quite really interesting for a midfielder to be on the same level in terms of goal in the Premier League with a player in the stature of Henry. So for me, Frank Lampard has done so well, and the coach of Manchester City has come up boldly to say he wants the loan to be extended. That's to show his contribution to that particular team. I'm sure by now Mourinho will be thinking, I shouldn't have allowed exactly. I shouldn't have allowed him go if this man still got this kind of passion. But for me, the league, like Nodi said, the league is not anywhere over yet.
16 matches.
16, exactly.
22 matches to go.
Exactly. So it's still, we've not even gotten halfway. So a lot of things could still come in to change the face of the law. But the one thing that is important is everything needs to keep getting those points when it matters most, and you begin to move on. For Manchester City, injury really has not been fair to them. Silva returned yesterday, but Aguero is going to be out for 6 weeks. They lost company and Edin Dzeko yesterday. They will go for scan. We don't know how long that will take. And those are key men in the city.
They cannot buy it to January.
That's the sad aspect. But for me, I feel they would cope really, but how they will cope, it's an interesting thing. Going by the fact that Yaya Toure will also be leaving for the Nations Cup.
Okay, all right. We have way down the line. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Happy Sunday, my brother.
Happy Sunday.
Well, I wish to watch the Copa final. Well, that was
Okay, that's the reason why you are calling. Want to go to Copa League or bigger?
well.
Okay, you live in Lagos here, right?
Well,
I said you stay in Lagos here. You stay in Lagos.
I say the proper.
Okay, all right. Then you can still get to Eco Atlantic. You can still get there, and then I will let you know when you go over. You ask Jimmy. You ask up Jimmy. We'll get his number. We'll reach you, and then we'll get back to you on how you can get your tickets when you get there. You drop your number. You drop your number, your name. You've done that already. Okay, so we'll get back. We'll send your name to them. So when you get there, all you need is just identify yourself. Say, I am Boyega, and I tell you the gates will just be open for you. All right, thank you, Boyega. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Same to you.
Same to you. We're also grateful that you calling to our program, be part of this. Gentlemen, where do we go? The year is ending. The excitement. How has the Nigerian sports scene been? Do we look at football or outside football? I don't.
But most importantly, what would have been the major sporting events locally this year in Nigeria, the national sports result?
Didn't take place.
Didn't take place.
Yeah.
That would have been a major talking point because it would have been the preparation for the All-African Games.
Yeah, which coming up next year.
Which will come up next year. I don't know how we're going to scramble. We're going to put those those competitions together within the shortest possible time so that we prepare for the All-African Games because it's coming up next year.
They said, I think April 9th to 19th.
April 9th to 19th for 10 days.
For 10 days.
And next year we have some other event coming up.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the National Sport Commission and the different state Ministry of Sport will do that so that we can get our athletes ready for the African Games. Even though we seems to be one of the top 4 in Africa, but we just have to keep preparing so that we don't have those old ways of saying fire brigade, quench the fire will go down. We always quench the fire. By the time the fire don't quench, what would you get consumed?
Did they become a diesel fire, not petrol?
Yeah.
Anyway, Nobody just mentioned that, and then sometimes we laugh, like we say here, because it is impossible for us to cry. We talk about facilities, and that is where the schools in other climes is the focus when it comes to this. You see, in the United States, for instance, you see almost all the universities. I mean, their facilities are better than the ones that we have here. That is where the youths are supposed to be produced. That is where they want to train as basketballers, as volleyballers, as footballers, as wrestlers. So they have the gyms, they have all those things. So if in the whole of a state, instead of having a university, have a polytechnic, have a lot of schools, and then you cannot have, you're waiting to build facilities. We're not talking about, just to campus, and then you have about 2 years to do that, and you cannot do it. And so give us all that time. It becomes, please. I don't know.
Really, 2014 for me has neither been any other as far as sport development. 2014 we still had issues with them.
Okay, let's just take the last caller that is on the line. All right, Clifford, you are there. Hello, Clifford.
Hello, I'm very good.
How are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you calling from Benin or
I'm calling from Benin. Yes.
Okay.
I'm fine, sir.
All right. So let's get your contribution, Clifford.
I'm calling from Benin.
Go on. Let's hear you. Go on.
So,
You are clear on air.
already there, sir. I just want to for the program you people are doing, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we've lost the call. Gentlemen, you are saying we
So
are
2014, it's once a year we see had issues with FIFA interfering in our football, taking football to court. It's a year where the Super Eagles have failed to qualify for the Nations Cup. In terms of athletics as a team, we've not really done well, except for some flashes. Talking about the likes of Okagbari, Sigwadeli shouldering the responsibility.
The female, I think the female,
Our female athletes felt better
in almost all the sports.
Yeah. So for me, we review this every year, and we don't seem to do what is necessary going into the new year. So as we're taking stock this year, both the administrator, every stakeholder, as far as sport is concerned, I think we need to all sit down and do the proper thing. As we are taking stock, let's project into the future and say, okay, let's address this. And you have mentioned that fact. We should go back to developmental sport. Let's go back to the schools. That's where we can take it from. You keep blaming the coaches, you keep blaming everybody, but where are the materials?
Where are they coming from?
Where's the council that is producing the materials? So we need to do things right.
Okay, your last words.
Well, I think the National Sports Commission should be very clear on on how they get the host for the National Sports Festival. They have to be clear, and the dates must be definite. Rivers beached, as you know, Canada beached it. Rivers followed suit. The Lagos were able to restore the odd years. It became even number years. Suddenly again, we were supposed to have an even number of 2014. Now it's gone to the odd number years. And this tournament was announced in Rivers, not even in Lagos.
Yeah.
This one in Calabar was announced in Rivers, and I hope they have to get this right so that we don't keep turning our competition into, I don't want to call the name.
Okay, your last word.
It's good to be here. I look forward to a great 2015 as far as the sporting firmament is concerned in Nigeria. Yes, we are not going to be part of the Nations Cup. We would enjoy it, and we hope that with the administrators, everybody as far as sports is concerned, will do the right thing, develop sport really from the grassroots.
Okay, you've had my analysts in the house. It's all what we see every year. It's unfortunate that at this time of the year, instead of celebrating, we are looking at things that should have been. These are basic. I don't want to use the word mundane, but these are supposed to be the basics. Put the basic infrastructure in place. If you want to train, you need a gym. If you want to swim, you need a pool. If you want to run, you need a track. I mean, these things, I don't want to use that overused word. It is not rocket science. You just build it and put it there. Get focused. Let us stop at all these politics of everybody wanting to be, everything has to be about the super Eagles, whether you are your house, you want to talk about the coach, you want to talk about anything. Let us look at the fundamentals. 2014, we hope, as we are moving off 2014 and entering 2015, it has to be positives. It has to be physical infrastructure. It has to be developmental infrastructure. It has to be people-oriented. It has to be something that said, yes, we are marching. We'll give ourselves a target. And say, by the end of 2015, if we have not gotten there, we would have started. It is China Sport on Sunday. My name is Ken Ochonogo. Have a blessed Sunday.